Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I thought I would do a bit of a coronavirus update video. Basically, for those who watched my previous video, you know that I talked about how I had intended to stay in Cambridge over the holidays, but because of developments with regards to the coronavirus pandemic, I ended up having to decide to return home. So yeah, what I thought in this video would be that I would just talk about how I've been getting on since getting home and what I've been trying to do, how I've been trying to keep myself productive, and just talking about some developments that have been happening. Again, like I said in the previous video, this video is not about me trying to explain coronavirus or give any health announcements or anything like that. This is just about my own experiences, and I am home now. Managed to get some kind of study space organised. I know it's not the easiest. I was hoping to stay in Cambridge because I knew that compared to being at home, I'm more productive in Cambridge, and you've got the facilities there as well. But I've managed to get some kind of study space organised, which I'm pleased with, and what I've been doing is just been getting on with work. So I've managed to put a little bit of a schedule together. I've been rather quite good at sticking to the schedule most of the time. Sometimes I've been a little bit distracted with other things, but actually overall I've stuck quite well to the schedule. And basically I've just been organising slots for each of the modules I'm doing. So for those who don't know me, I'm taking law at Cambridge, and I have 5 modules this year, so I've been trying to organise slots to focus and do research, gather articles, etc., all for next term. And yeah, I've been doing other things as well, like reading and trying to do a bit of planning for my career ambitions, things like that, think about what YouTube videos to do as well. Think about next term. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, essentially Easter term is happening, but it's online. And what I mean by that is I won't be physically in Cambridge for Easter term. None of us will be. The university's gone well into the red zone now. Most of the staff are either self-isolating or, only the necessary staff are actually in the university. So it wasn't really feasible to stay. As you know, we are in lockdown, so there are a lot of restrictions and limitations about what we can do, when are we able to go out, etc. And so yeah, Easter term is online essentially. So what that'll mean next term for supervisions, for those who don't know, are like small group discussions. I was due to have supervisions both on the substance of the law, because for example, for family law, we still have a supervision on adoption, for example, but we've also hopefully supposed to be having revision supervisions as well. What will happen is those will be online, and so the university are organised how to do that. So whether that be through, like Microsoft Teams, I think is the platform they were thinking of, or potentially through other platforms like Skype and Zoom, will be doing supervisions online, which would be a different experience. I'll be honest, I haven't got a lot of experience using those kind of platforms, but we'll have to just make do with what we've got. What it also means, this pandemic, is that my exams will be online. Obviously, universities have taken different actions, and departments have taken different actions as well, but they've tried to work out what's best given the circumstances. For law, ours is going to be online, so it's going to be an online assessment. Basically, you will download the paper from Moodle, which is the main service that we use, and then you'll complete the paper and then upload it back onto Moodle. A couple of things to note about the exam. First of all, it's going to be open book. What that basically means is I'll be allowed my textbook, I'll be allowed other books so I can refer to them. It'll be a 24-hour assessment model. Basically what that means is we will get the paper and then we have 24 hours to complete it. Obviously that's trying to consider those who are in different time zones, for example. Then that 24-hour period applies to each paper. We answer 3 questions as opposed to 4. Normally it would have been 4 questions, but we answer 3. But we have a max word limit of 1,250 words-ish per question. But actually that isn't too bad, because quite a lot of the essays that have been set during the term have had word limits of around about that length. I know for family law, I think it was about 1,200 word limit. So we've had a little bit of practice, but it'll be important for me to do some practice before that exam. It's going to be different. I'm hoping it'll work out. Obviously, it's just a different environment, and I'm glad there's at least a little bit of certainty now, because there was that wait from coming back and wanting to know what my exams are going to be, how they're going to work, and that was causing anxiety because we just didn't know. Of course, health takes priority, and that's so important. But I think it didn't stop that underlying concern and that uncertainty being at the forefront of my mind. So I'm glad that there's a little bit of clarity there. And it's been okay being back. Of course, you're so used to schedules that you would have had. You would have done this, you would have done that. You would have been speaking to so-and-so in person or going out or whatever, and that's obviously not been possible. But I've managed to keep in contact with a few of my friends. I've even done a Zoom conversation with a couple of friends, which was quite a good experience, something I'd never done before. I've got this little schedule that I've had, and I've been sticking to it quite well, like I mentioned, and that's helped just to keep my mind focused on other things. I think that's important. It's a difficult situation. Obviously, you're self-isolating, no doubt, and obviously the situation isn't necessarily what we want. But I think I mentioned this in the last video. We just have to deal with the situation that we're in and just make sure that we're following the advice, making sure that we're obviously staying at home, protecting the NHS and saving lives, as is often said and rightly said. And so yeah, I thought in this video I'll just give you a bit of an update on how I'm getting on. If you found this video interesting, or at the very least, it's something you just came across because you need something to do while you're in self-isolation, then don't forget to do the usual things like liking the video, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I've got some good videos coming up. Still some videos to come up from vlogs I did last term and a couple of videos that I recorded before I left Cambridge. So yeah, subscribe to the channel. How can you do that? You can do that by clicking the bottom right hand corner, and you can hit that notification bell as well so you can keep up to date with any new content that comes out. I've got some ideas on there. Other things I just want to plug very quickly. Studytube project, I mentioned it in the last video on the coronavirus. It's a really good channel. People like Ruby Granger, Jack Edwards, Eve Cornwall, all those great Studytubers have put this channel together, and they're doing a video like each day, I think, and it's really good, quite interesting. The other channel I want to recommend is Philologism, and this is a channel done by my friend Henry. I've mentioned him a couple of times in my vlogs. He's the one I had been cooking with during the terms. He's in his third year at Cambridge, at Jesus College, and yeah, he's started a channel. I can't say that I've inspired him. That's difficult to say, but he has been thinking of this, but maybe I've inspired him, maybe not, I don't know. But he has a really good channel. It's about language, because he does classics. It's a really good channel, and I would definitely recommend it. I'll link both the channels in the description below, so do go check them out. And yeah, obviously make sure to do the usual things like I've said, and I hope to see you in the next video.